What is up, everyone? Welcome to day 13 of day 75. It's kind of late, 8:30 today. Just got back from the gym and then I went to get some Dave's Hot Chicken. If you know, you know. They got their new mozzarella sticks. The first bite's always good. After that, it's just brain rot, and like now my stomach feels like shit, and I actually have to take a shit and I have to pee, so it's probably not gonna be that long. But shout out to the people that were. I had my weekly call in my private community today, and some of the people, shout out to Nathan and whoever else, said they watch these videos. RV, Elliot, I know some of them be watching these. So yeah, anyways, what I want to talk about today is something that these are the best part is all these videos are just so relevant to me and my situation. Like, I don't post these to like purposely talk about something. I just talk about whatever is relevant to me today, right? Because my goal with these is like, yes, obviously, I'm documenting it, but also you guys get value, so it's like a win-win, right? So basically, what is relevant to me today is the past few days I've been just kind of feeling like, I'm not gonna say lost, but like I've been very forward thinking, and also like at the same time it's just like with my like personal brand, like, where do I want to go, who do I want to be? And I was just like, my audience is like pretty cooked, right? Like in terms of like just people from the wrong countries and whatnot, because everybody's just like wants free YouTube information, and like opposed to actually, it's the wrong audience. So I've been working, on posting different content, but it's like, it's just been whatever. I've been a bit demotivated. I mean, in terms of like the YouTube stuff, it's going great, of course. But the thing is, eventually it just becomes like a cycle, right? Constant change is what keeps you excited, right? So it's like, whether that's, a trip or like a goal, and then you're working towards that goal, right? Which I am right now. But it's like, at the end of the day, right now, my days are very same, right? I work, I go to the gym, and that's it. And I just do what I need to do every day. Like, I'm just in front of my desk. So it gets a bit like, you start to get in your own head. But even about this whole TikTok thing and my personal brand kind of thing, and just like, with the winner circle, my community, and just like all these things, I've been just like thinking and like letting it affect me and just overthink a lot. And I remember this quote, and I remember this saying where it's just like, imperfect action, or even, no, not even imperfect action. Action will kill any fear, any worry, and any overthinking. I said this before, but 98% of the things we think about have scientifically been proven, the things we worry about are things that never actually happen. So let that sink in. And especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're doing some sort of business, overthinking is like, it's like a character trait. Like, you can't not overthink if you're in business. It's just gonna happen. But if you're consciously aware that 98% of the things that you're worrying about are never gonna be true, it's a little easier to not overthink as much. But again, going back to my point where it's like, taking action will kill any worry you have, right? And that applies to me. It's like, right now I'm thinking about, okay, I don't know about what to do with my personal brand. I don't know what to post. I don't know my audience. Why is it so slow right now? Like, at one point I was popping, and it's like, will I ever get back to that point? All these thoughts, they're just negative. They're just bad. And what do? They hold me back from doing the one thing that will get me my results, which is just fucking posting, right? At the end of the day, if I want to start blowing up again, if I want my community to change, I want all this to become better, what is the one thing I need to do to do that in terms of my personal brand? Post more. So I'm sitting here letting the thoughts worry me, and then because of that, I'm not doing anything. I'm not creating videos. I'm not uploading videos. But then it starts to, you see how it starts to compound, because now I'm not doing the one thing that will help me get to where I want to go, and now you're even overthinking even more. So if you're in that situation, where, even if it's about YouTube, right? For some of you guys watching this, or a lot of you guys watching this, you might be doing Faceless YouTube right now. You're like, is this channel going to work out? Am I going to get monetized? How much money am I going to make? All these questions are irrelevant, and they will stop you from the actual thing that needs to be done, which is you creating content. And in you creating content, you are pushing the needle forward. And as you push the needle forward with enough momentum, you will start to get results. And then the results start to compound, right? The snowball effect, it works in both sides of the spectrum, right? Either it works for the bad or the good. So in the bad, it's like, if I'm every day like, oh my God, is it gonna work, blah, 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 and I'm not uploading on my personal brand, naturally my TikTok account, my Instagram are going to die, right? Naturally, people won't care about me. Naturally, I'm gonna start to fade away. However, on the flip side, as I start to post every single day, I'm naturally gonna get more momentum, more engagement, more people looking at my content, more views, and I start to feel better, and then I do it more and more, and that's how it goes, right? So it can work both ways. So my point is, if you have any negative thoughts, any overthinking, any worries, anything that's negative, the best way to solve it is just take action. As hard as it may be, like even earlier, I was feeling tired and lazy after the call, and then I had a meeting. I was just in front of my desk. I'm just tired as shit. I'm just sitting there like dude, you know. And it's like, go to the gym at the time was like, oh my god, gotta go to the gym. It's like, it seemed like a lot of work. But as soon as I got up and I'm standing there, I'm in my car and I'm going, I'm good. I was great. It's just that initial, you know, the initial thoughts that sometimes will kill you, or will kill your dream or your vision, you know, if we talk about the bigger picture. But even on the day-to-day tasks, it's like, I'll make this video later, I'll do it tomorrow, my channel's slow anyways, or whatever applies to you. I'll do this assignment tomorrow. Whatever you do in your life, these videos are not meant to be specifically for people that do YouTube or entrepreneurs. Even if you have a 9 to 5, there's other tasks. Or even if you have a job, I don't even like calling it a 9 to 5 because people think it's like a bad thing. There's nothing bad with it. There's nothing bad about it. My thing is when you do something that you don't want to do because you feel like you need to do it because of society. If you have bigger goals and dreams but you don't chase them, and then you choose to get a job, then that's the problem. But not if you actually if you want to be like a business analyst for like a big company, or people want to work at Wall Street, bro, fucking go for it, right? My whole thing is you should just chase your dreams and do what fulfills you. So anyways, that aside, but it's like, even if, you know, you're not doing business, there's still things in your life where you worry about or you overthink, whether it is like the gym, or maybe you've been wanting to read a book, or maybe you've been wanting to start something, but then you don't do it, and then that compounds because in your head you're like, what's the point? Is reading a book gonna change my life? Blah blah, all these negative bullshit. But the moment you start, the momentum flips on your side and it benefits you. There's no harm. And again, I talked about my brother's example, but it's the same thing. I forced him to read a book, and I'm sure he probably thought about this, like, bro, stupid ass book's not going to do anything. I don't even like reading. Why am I reading? All these negative thoughts. But as he started to read, the past 3 weeks, he's read every single night by himself. I haven't said a thing, and now he's almost done his first book. Why? Because the momentum started working with him. Because he started reading every day, and he actually probably felt good about it. And I asked him, how's the book? He said it's good. It's an 8 out of 10. That's a pretty high number. He usually doesn't give high ratings, so that's a high number. So it's like, in the starting, he had the same thoughts and he would be slacking off, whatever, but I kind of had to force him because he is younger and you guys are grown ass adults. So I'm not going to force you, but take this video as your sign where it's like, when he actually started to do it, the momentum started to build, and now he naturally does it himself. And 100%, if you ask him, has it benefited you more than it has? There's no negative to it. It's only positive. He'll say, yes, it has benefited him, right? So anyways, my point is, again, this is a video to myself as well, because I've been just thinking more than taking action, but it's like, sometimes you just need a hard reset, and sometimes you don't know how the path looks like. You have the destination in mind, you just don't know how to get there. So what do? You take the first step, you take action, right? Instead of staying in the same spot you are in today and just being like, damn, bro, like I want to go, you know, I'm on letter A right now, I want to go to letter Z because on letter Z there's a nice car for me, I can travel, I'm financially retired, but I don't know how to get to Z. I don't know about B, C, D, E, E, F, G, H, you don't know all these in between steps. But it's like, okay, you're at A and this is Z. So either you're going to stay at A and then talk about how hard B is and C is and D is and E and F, and you don't even know what happens after, and you never take action and you stay at A your whole life, right? Or you just take a step, get closer to B, and you deal with B when you're there. And you do the same thing at B, and then C, and then D, and then E. And eventually when you're at E, the momentum will be so strong because you're like, oh damn, I already did A, B, C, and D. So it's like, I'm almost halfway to Z. I'm almost halfway to everything I've ever wanted. Let me keep going. Then you speed past F, G, H, I, and then at J you have like this big failure and you're like, holy shit, all these problems, blah 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 blah. And now you're at J though. You've already made it so far. You're already, you know, you've already proven to yourself that it works, action works, blah blah blah. You have a little bit of down setbacks, you're back to letter F, but then you know who you are, you've been here before, so the momentum quickly picks back up. And that's actually how the cycle really goes. The more you fail, the more you get immune to it, right? The more you understand and learn what I'm saying to you, the more it'll make sense to you in your life in other situations, right? Maybe in a year, if you catch yourself lacking, well, you'll think back to the moment you watched this video and I told you that action will kill any of these negative thoughts you have, and at that time it'll be relevant to you because what will you do? You'll take action, right? So anyways, yeah, that's what I'm taking as myself. I'm gonna go lock in tomorrow. I'm gonna record as much as I can, do as much work as I can, and just continue pushing the needle forward, continue taking one step forward, having completely blind faith in myself, my vision, in God, because ultimately that's all we can do, right? No point in complaining, no point of blaming, no point of any negativity, really. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed day 13. By the way, everything else is going great. I know I haven't been talking too much about the numbers and whatnot in terms of the channels, but they're going great. The one channel that was doing around 4 figures is slowing down a bit, still making an insane amount every single day. Some of the other long form channels starting to scale up. We're doing 2 times a day. I want to do 3 times a day, but I do want to wait a little bit. I've only been done 2 times for like a week, so I want to wait maybe another week, and then as long as it's continuing to pick up and grow, then test 3 times. And yeah, everything else is great. We're good. Gym is good. I've been able to do more weight wise. And yeah, boys, I appreciate you guys watching this. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 14, which is crazy. That's already gonna be 2 weeks. We're already 2 weeks into this, bro. It's wild. I'll see you boys then. Until then, have a great night, stay positive, and I'll see you boys. Peace.